we had the pleasure of inviting a local area Holocaust survivor, Irene Miller, to speak to about 400 students at our Athens auditorium. Just thinking as a teacher would, like, what can I do to make sure my students remember? What can I do to make sure my students become even better citizens and carry with them this, this concept of lifelong learning? And that's to bring in, as historians we call it, the primary source, the living document, to have our young minds see, hear, and have all of these senses with a single person, a true primary source, and have that level of authenticity and experience that just cannot be replicated by reading a piece of paper.
I think it is important for primary sources to give information of what happened in history. I think it's important for them to share the importance of everything and how it affected them even after the thing, because people seem to forget what goes on to the people after they survive.
Oftentimes in history we do learn about violence, and sometimes we just get so used to reading about it and just consuming it over and over, that when you have a real person talking about what it was like to experience that loss and that grief of people very close to them, but also just the violence that was going on in general, it really showed me the reality of what actually happened, and it brought to life a story that was different than a textbook.
We had students in tears yesterday. We had students coming up and giving Miss Irene Miller a hug, and they felt that. They felt her experience flow through her words on that stage. And I think that's the thing we're looking for. We're looking to personalize and internalize and to connect with her experience. The mere emotional response our students have to her speech tells us so much about what they really learned that day.
I am one of the 10% of Jewish children who survived the Holocaust. Though I can tell you only about my survival journey, those of us fortunate to be left alive become also the voices of those who didn't live to tell their story.
One of the very first things she told me when I was first emailing with her back in the fall was that I don't have much time left. And I want to tell my story, and I wanted to tell it to as many people as possible. And so she's very direct with us as adults and students alike. There's not many of us left. I'm running out of time. I need you to now share my story and be that next generation of learners and thinkers.
It is important for young people to know what happened. What happened, because this is the darkest chapter of human history. And the only way they will be able to prevent it is to know what happened and how it came about. Young people are future leaders of this nation and maybe beyond. So this is a chapter of history that has to serve as a teaching ground from which they can build a future that will prevent such horror from happening here or any other place.